When news came out that Anna Nicole Smith had died unexpectedly in 2006, people were very sad. After all, she was a famous celebrity and superstar who had just been through something difficult a few months before. But most importantly, there was one big question many people had. What would happen to her baby daughter? Almost 10 years later, we're going to tell you about Danny Lynn Burkhead, that same daughter people were worried about almost 2 decades ago. Let's look at what life is really like for Anna Nicole Smith's daughter. Now, before we talk about the daughter, let's talk about her mother, who lived a very colorful life too. Anna Nicole Smith was born as Vicki Lynn Hogan on November 28, 1967. She was the only daughter of Virgie Tabor's Arthur and Donald Eugene Hogan in Houston, Texas. From her father's side, she had 5 half-brothers and sisters, and mostly grew up with her mother and Mahia. The poor girl had a tough life growing up, and it's known that both her parents were mean to her. Her father supposedly beat her mother when she was pregnant with her, and this pattern continued. According to the future star, she was hurt and ignored by her mother. "I've struggled my whole life," she told Entertainment Weekly years later in an honest interview. "You know, I had a really tough childhood growing up." She talks about how her mother, who was a police officer, would not only hit her, but also handcuffed her to the bed for days. As if that's not awful enough, she also said that her mother let her stepfather hurt her. This only made her brother hurt her and her sister as well. Interestingly, the future star's family said these things weren't true. And in a 2017 interview with the Daily Mail, her mother said these stories weren't real and that she and her daughter had a good relationship and that her daughter was lying. Her half-brother said the same thing, saying that the future model was making up stories about them and defended their mother. Her friends, on the other hand, thought something else. Some say that there is some truth to what she said about her mother. One of her close friends, Paul, said in the 2023 documentary Anna Nicole Smith that the actress hated her mother. "She would always tell me she hated her mother," he shared. Besides suffering from her parents, Hogan also said that she grew up very poor. Her Aunt Kay Beale told Texas Monthly in an interview back in 1993 how she used to secretly give the young Hogan some of her food stamp money, just so her niece could buy herself some candy. According to them, their family was so poor that they had to steal toilet paper from restaurants. Winter was especially hard for them, with Hogan's mother unable to buy a heater for their home. So, the children had to wear thermal underwear all through the winter. Strangely, her mother disagreed with the claims that she grew up poor. According to the older Hogan, all of those stories were just a way for the future star to get sympathy from people. Even though Virgie Hogan disagreed with her daughter's claims about growing up poor, her daughter's friends and ex-boyfriends say something different. One of her ex-boyfriends, as well as Larry Burkhead, father of the model's daughter, confirmed that she did grow up poor, with a father who wasn't around. The young Vicki Hogan didn't know the real story behind why her father was gone and wanted to meet him one day. Plus, she also had no idea that she had stepbrothers and sisters. At 23, she finally met Donna Hogan, her half-sister. For a while, Vicki Hogan had a close relationship with her half-brothers and sisters, but eventually she stopped talking to them because she was afraid that they wanted her money. Hogan finally got the chance to meet her father, and it was all because she hired a private investigator to find the man. From there, they set up a meeting where she not only met her father, but also her then 16-year-old half-brother, Donnie. Unfortunately, Donald Hogan was not the perfect father figure she had hoped for. He even tried to hurt her. Born with good looks and a charming personality, it didn't take long for the right people to find Hogan and make her a star. Also, how good she looked in photos helped start her modeling career. And what better way to put herself out there than to land a big centerfold at Playboy magazine? That's exactly what Hogan did, getting the May 1992 centerfold and being named the Playmate of the Year. In 1993, That same year in 1993, she also got a modeling job for H&M, making her more famous since her pictures were shown on large billboards in both Sweden and Norway. A lot of great things happened to her that year since she also was on the cover of Marie Claire and GQ in October of the same year. It was one project after another. But another big moment for her is that she got a contract in a Guess jeans ad campaign replacing supermodel Claudia Schiffer. This campaign had a series of sexy black and white photographs, and it was here that she took on the stage name Anna Nicole Smith. Photographers quickly noticed the now Smith similar look to Jane Mansfield, another famous playmate and a well-known sex symbol of the 1950s and 1960s. Despite her success, Anna Nicole Smith faced a lot of problems that challenged her. She may have found success at modeling, but it didn't come easily for Smith, because she had always felt bad about herself growing up. One of her main worries was her small chest, and she made sure to get a breast surgery once she could. However, once she did, the model's self-image stayed poor. Her getting such modeling jobs was also kind of a miracle, because most modeling agencies once refused to sign her because of how curvy she was. She didn't fit in well with the super thin models that were everywhere in the 90s, but eventually, fame still found her. Even so, Smith found herself being left out by other models because of her fuller figure. She even told Texas Monthly how the other girls didn't want to have nothing to do with me. As if that wasn't bad enough, being famous also put her under constant media attention. Of course, she did her best to make people like her, and in doing so had a terrible relationship with food and an eating problem. Everyone was always picking on me because I was heavy, she told Entertainment Tonight. Now, the press doesn't praise me for losing the weight, and I find that very mean. They just want all bad stories. To make matters worse, the media even painted Smith as someone who ate too much. But experts saw through her pain. According to documentary director Ursula Macfarlane, Smith's weight changes were not because of drugs and greed, but rather because of eating problems, which were clearly caused by emotional pain. On top of that, she also struggled with depression, constant pain, and borderline personality disorder. The pain she struggled with made things worse. Smith's relationship, or lack of one, with her father affected her connections. According to director Ursula Macfarlane, the traumatic event helped make sense of why Smith married J. Howard Marshall, too, who is many decades older than her. She was searching for a father figure all her life. While she was still living in Mahia and working at Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken, Smith worked with Billy Wayne Smith, who would later become her first husband. The two married on April 4, 1985, when she was 17 and he was 16. She had a son with him named Daniel Wayne Smith the following year. But their marriage was short, ending in divorce in 1993, a year after meeting her father. Anna Nicole Smith married the 89-year-old oil tycoon J. Howard Marshall II in 1994, who she met while she was working at a Houston strip club back in 1991. Of course, this made many people suspicious, and simply put, most people saw her as a gold digger. She was only 26 at the time. Despite this, many of her friends said that she truly loved him. During their time together, Smith took care of her husband, since his health was getting worse during his final months. Unfortunately for her, Marshall's son, E. Pierce Marshall, stepped in and stopped her from caring for her sick husband. The younger Marshall got a court order to stop Smith from seeing his father, and also stopped her access to a $50,000 monthly allowance. A year after marrying Anna Nicole Smith, J. Howard Marshall II died at the age of 90. From there, long battle started with Smith claiming that she should get a share of the oil tycoon's money, amounting to $1.6 billion. It didn't take long for the model to file for bankruptcy, and at first she was awarded $450 million. But this decision was soon overturned. To this day, Anna Nicole Smith was not given any of Marshall's fortune.